Alrighty, so it is that time of year again where we start looking and hoping for a new NASCAR Heat game. This time around, it is still 704 games that are making their next NASCAR Heat title. I believe so, which I'm pretty sure it's going to be called a NASCAR Heat 3 or something like that. So I kind of have a little bit of a wish list or something that I want to see on NASCAR Heat 3 or whatever they call it, because NASCAR Heat 2, even though it's a great game, it's still not perfect with a couple features missing. Like my first point, which is caution replays. That is not in the game at all, which is kind of, it doesn't make a lot of sense. As a lot of the other games before NASCAR Heat Evolution and all those games, like before NASCAR Heat Evolution, you had a couple of the games that had most every single game had caution replays, and I don't know why they ever decided to take them out because a lot of people enjoyed them, and a lot of people in the NASCAR community um, like to see the crashes because I mean it's even though we like racing, we also like to see the crashes, and it wouldn't take away from the game much as this is an arcadey game and it's not supposed to be a full-on simulator. So I'm pretty sure that it would make the game more interesting, and they're obviously not that hard to implement into the game because they've been in the games before. So you can either, if you don't know how to put them in, you can obviously learn from the other games and try to put them in so that we can see, hey, this caused that wreck. Okay, so this car has damage, this car has damage, this car has damage. Oh, that's my competitor. They also have damage. So that would make the championship races a lot easier to tell who's in the wreck, and especially it would reduce the need for a spotter, because that spotter in the game does not tell you at all that who's involved in the wreck. A real life spotter would say, "Hey, these people were involved in that wreck. That guy is your competitor, so you don't have to worry about him anymore." Something like that. So you would know that. Um, Tying into that caution replays is my second point, which is better crash damage. So right now in NASCAR Heat 2, it's not that good. Obviously, you don't have the simulation kind of. You can lose your hood. You can completely like break in your um, side. You can lose a wheel. You can tear parts off your car. I mean, you obviously are not going to have that for a while, but right now all you can do is bang up your hood, your bumpers, the sides of your car. So that's obviously that's not what we want. It's there. It's a lot better than NASCAR Heat Evolution, thank God, but it's still not very detailed. It's not super unique and well. I would definitely say it could get a lot better, and it would make everybody want to buy NASCAR Heat 3 a lot more. I especially would buy it a lot more if that damage model looked really good. Um, just because right now it's there, but it honestly could be a lot better. Because we were really hyped for this, and now we want some more because it's not at all what we expected a lot of. So tying in again with the crash damage is some better physics, because right now we do have a major upgrade from NASCAR Heat Evolution, which is also amazing. But the obviously every single year the Heat games get better in physics wise, but I mean they could obviously get a lot better in Heat 3 than they did from Heat 2. Because Heat 2, like, they fixed the glitching into the ground when you're, like, blowing over or whatever. They fixed that. They also, like, fixed, the bouncing cars where you just fly up into the atmosphere just from, like, going upside down a little bit. And they fixed the points where your car is very, very, very light. Like, when you hit another car, they're really easy to wreck, or at least you are. The AI were quite stiff and they weren't easy to wreck. But I mean, I know this is kind of a um, hey, fix this, please, kind of thing, and like, hey, I'm expecting a lot better, but I kind of am. I know a lot more people are as well, and I know it's not going to be a game like iRacing or anything that Papyrus made or something like that, or some of the older EA games. those kind of physics. I know it's not going to be something like that, but maybe a more realistic handling model or physics model would also make the game more enjoyable and realistic, or either or. I would much rather be. I would enjoy the realism of the game mainly because I'm that kind of simulation guy, and I like to see simulation in a game, which makes the um, competition a little better, if you know what I'm saying there. Also, tying in to the whole part of getting things better, better AI would be a lot, would increase probably the game sales a lot more, as the AI in NASCAR Heat 2 are really, really, really good. A lot better from NASCAR Heat Evolution, especially with the rivalry system. I don't think you could. I mean, you could obviously fix that and tune it up a little bit, which I'm pretty sure they are doing. But with the better AI, I'm kind of meaning, they're really easy to pass and move out of your way, especially at the start of a race. Because, like, I mean, as you'll see in my videos, I'll, like, barely try to peek under somebody and then they'll move all the way up and let me go when they're as fast as me or could be a little bit faster, and they would be a good target to race. So I'm not getting a lot of competition out of some of these drivers, especially out of some of the lower class drivers, because I am a 3-star truck right now. But talking about that, that also ties into, I've said that so many times, but that also ties into my next point, which is point number 5: better teams or better team rating / balance. Because right now, 3-star teams are really, really, really slow. They are unbelievably slow. I know some of the trucks are backmarker teams, but you have teams like Tommy Joe Martin's Motorsports, or if that's what it's called, or Morgan Shepherd Racing, or Morgan Shepherd Racing or Motorsports, whatever they call it, which they are competitive people. Those brands or those groups are competitive, but in NASCAR Heat 2, they're a little behind and they're not too fast. I would definitely say that like they could easily either fix the physics and make these trucks and cars maybe a little faster overall, because I think that would help it. Maybe make it a more realistic kind of feel as on how fast you would go on a track. I know Martinsville's really slow. I know Bristol's really slow. I know some of those tracks like that are really slow, and some of like Daytona or whatever, Daytona and Talladega, they're also kind of a little slow. They're not as fast as you would actually be going in iRacing or in real life. So I would say either you could keep this same system or include a new system, which is a way to upgrade your vehicles, or bring back that shop that they had in like NASCAR 15 or NASCAR the Game Inside Line and all the earlier games like that. But those are the most notable because they had the most kind of interesting layout where you could buy a better engine, buy a better aero kit, or increase your aero, something like that, to make you faster on the track that you're going to. So, say if I was going to Martinsville, I wouldn't need to upgrade my truck much because it doesn't really rely on speed, because you're not on, you're not driving, you're not full throttle that much. So, if I was going to Martinsville, I wouldn't have to upgrade my truck much. I could just tune it, make it loose, and then be able to take it around the corners very quickly and be able to get up there in the top 5 quite easily. But that that could also tie into being able to upgrade your cars for a big track. Like, say, if you're a 3-star truck, you're not going to be able to do much. You have to stay in the draft 24/7, and you're not going to get a good finish. But if you've made a lot of money before that race, and say if it's like the championship Talladega race, championship, because I forgot it's Monster Energy still, but something like that, where it's the Talladega Championship race, and you are actually in the round of whatever Talladega is going to be in this season, but you're in whatever round you're in, so you're going to want to spend that money to try to advance on to the next round, and you're going to want to keep trying to get those wins while in the championship. So being able to upgrade your team, upgrade your car would definitely help increase the competitiveness of your car or the competitiveness of your team overall. So what I'm also thinking about the team overall is that your teammate could also help increase the team balance and everything. Could make the cars a lot faster, especially because uh, you don't just make all the money, especially in NASCAR. Your team makes part of that money. Your pit crew makes part of that money. Everybody in that team makes part of that money, and especially the head of that uh, motorsports team or race team would put the money into making faster cars. So, um, especially, I kind of get it from the momentum thing, but the momentum thing kind of makes either your car way too fast or doesn't really impact it at all. So, um, I think you could take the momentum system out or put it back in or keep it in, but also let us upgrade our cars because that would be really cool. Now, with this, that would also tie into giving a use for the money we have in the game because right now we have no use for the money. There's no point of having money at all. So I don't even know why it was in the game unless they're adding something in the new update or something. I don't know. But right now, a lot of the people in the game have millions and millions of dollars that they're not spending because they can't. That's stacked up from winning races in your career and finishing well, but there's seems like there's no point for it. So I don't really understand why that is there. But I mean, this could be used for building your team or increasing your car's speed, increasing your team's speed, buying new shops so you can have more cars, something like that. Something that would make the game more interactive and something more to do in the game. Which that would be really, really cool. Something like Dirt 4 does, where you can buy engineers, or you can upgrade certain parts of your cars. You can make your car look better, maybe get some new sponsors or something like that. That would make that really cool and make also with those new sponsors, you could make a lot more money from those races. But right now, that's kind of all I can think of. If you guys have ideas as well, hopefully the devs um, look at this video or somebody can base something off of this video and make their own wish list. I'm fine with it. So I would say either list what you're also thinking in the comment section below, because that would increase that if somebody does look at this video from the 704 Games company, maybe they'll give it a look and maybe take that into consideration. And hopefully we can have our ideas into the next NASCAR Heat game. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and if you did, tell me some way, shape, or form. Again, tell me what you guys are thinking about what you want in the next game in the comment section below. Hopefully we get some leaks soon or some news soon. I know it was only January, but hopefully we get some news maybe in the next few months about NASCAR Heat 3 or maybe some big updates to NASCAR Heat 2. But I will see you guys in the next video, and I guess all I can say is take care and peace out.